Good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Chief Branning. I'm with the Lassen County Probation Department, and it's also an honor because I am this year's CPOC president. This awards banquet is an amazing time for us to be able to really highlight all of the great work that our staff do across the state of California. I know that this is just a small piece, but I want to thank our awards committee because they do have to pour through quite a bit of nominations because we do a lot of amazing work around here. But with that, I would like to go ahead and get started. What we have for a plan is we will call our presenter and our reward recipient up to the stage to be able to present their award to their nominee. And then we would ask that you please exit out here for a picture, and family is welcome to join you out there for that picture as well. So without further ado, I would like to invite our CAPSA president, Jennifer Villa, to come present our Affiliate Employee of the Year Award, which is an employee or manager who represents the best employee or achievement in their field of service, and our award recipient, Chelsea Chappelle. It's over there. And sorry, I guess there's two ways up here. And I do really want to thank Chelsea for all of the work that she does with CAPSA and with our North region. She has done an amazing job. And so with that, I really appreciate everything that she has done.
I'm like super short. So I'll just keep it really short and sweet. Chelsea, for those of you that know her, is amazing. In terms of her work with CAPSA, it's been 13 or 14 years that she's been involved, whether it's regionally or on the state board. Whenever we need something, have questions, she's always there to let us know what has happened in the past. And she's always willing to help us out. But that's beside the fact that she's assistant chief in her own county in Shasta and all the work she does there. So she's amazing. We appreciate her, and she well deserves this award.
That's Jen's polite version of she's old and has been around a really long time. I want to thank you very much for recognizing me as the CAPSA Employee of the Year. I've been blessed to be part of the probation profession for over 26 years and an active member of the CAPSA board for well over a decade. The Northern region is truly the best region. Sorry, everyone, go north. And I'm very proud to represent this region on our state board. CAPSA is an incredible organization, and I'm fortunate to be part of a group of so many amazing people who are dedicated to ensuring that the services provided by probation are of the highest quality and support our overall goal of assisting people to make positive changes in their lives. I also want to thank my department and, of course, my chief, Tracy Neal, for always supporting me and allowing me to be part of CAPSA, and CPOC as a whole for your continued support of the CAPSA affiliation. There are so many wonderful, hardworking individuals in our profession, and I'm truly honored to work with and be in company of those staff. And of course, I also want to thank my family who always have my back and understand the crazy hours that we all put in and the hours that we put in towards CAPSA, and I'm lucky to have their support. I couldn't do this without my family. And again, thank you so much for this award.
Our next presenter is our PBMA president, Angelina Coffey. And we would also like to ask the reward recipient, Nikki Mosinger, to the stage, please.
Awkwardly stand while I talk about you. It's your favorite place to be. So Nikki and I have worked together for a number of years through PBMA, and I've definitely grown to not only call her a colleague, but a friend. She's just one of those people who you realize you're just lucky to be around once you get to know her. And she's not only kind and thoughtful and a lot of fun, but she's also really smart and incredibly hardworking. So there have been countless times during the last few years working together that I know if I didn't have her in my corner, our organization, PBMA, would definitely be, they would suffer. So she's always just going the extra mile to make sure things not only get done, but get done well. She's one of those people who's always asking, how can she help and how can we make things better? She's incredibly supportive of our other PBMA members. She's always there as a resource for our newer business managers. helping them to feel comfortable enough to ask questions and ask for help when they need it. And her presence has definitely made PBMA as an organization a lot stronger. And she continuously shows her dedication to her department and the field of probation as a whole. And if I could steal her away to Nevada County somehow I would, but I'm pretty sure Chief Richard would not be very happy with me. We're extremely lucky to have you as part of our organization, and just look forward to working together, and I'm proud of you, and congratulations on finally getting recognized.
Thank you, everyone. Let me get my words here. You made me emotional, and now that's weird. So, this morning in our session for the business managers meeting, Chief Sanders from, I believe, Humboldt County now, mentioned something that kind of stuck with me, and that was just being in this room it exemplifies what an accomplishment this is. And so I'm honored to stand before you today. 7707, that is the day that I fell into probation. I consider it one of my luckiest days, not just because it's a cool number, and I'm kind of a weird numbers person now. So, it's hard not to touch on the reasons I don't believe I deserve this award, so I will focus on the reason that I might. Shane Battier is a two-time NBA champion, and recently with Simon Sinek defined the concept of teammateship. I'm going to read this now because I'm nervous and I don't want to forget it. Although it doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as leadership, teammateship is a quality as equally as important. Consciously being a great teammate and recognizing that being a team player is interconnected with all aspects of our lives, it entails actively contributing to the team's success, regardless of the individual's contribution. Those of us in PBMA throughout the state have proven that through our knowledge, skills, and abilities, we are qualified to do the jobs that we do every single day, supporting our collaborative agencies that are dedicated to creating safer communities through changed lives. I am grateful for the learning environment and opportunities afforded to me through this organization. The ability to come together under CPOC, PBMA continues to promote effective collaboration where we learn and grow together as a true team. From Riverside to Siskiyou County, I am honored to work with all of your probation business manager association members, and couldn't ask for a better role model than President Angie Coffey. I am joined here today by fellow Rockstar teammates from El Dorado County Probation. I am very lucky to work for Chief Richard, who is not risk averse and trusted me to carry on this role and be a part of the best probation team. I'll say it, better than the Northern region, right? Best probation team at this level. I look forward to contributing towards more achievements in our field. Last but not least, my ultimate team is my family, whose love and support continues to allow me to strive for greatness. Today with me are my in-laws, Patty and Scott, two of the best people I know and love deeply. My favorite Aunt Charlene and my amazing cousin Tyler. Tyler, you and Giselle are so lucky to have such great parents to guide you. To my family who could not be here today, specifically my fantastic parents and fiscal team and close friends, I love you and thank you for your support. And last but certainly not least, a very special shout out to my husband and my two children who are here today. I'm honored to have this opportunity for them to witness this recognition in this room. Their unanticipated pride and unconditional love for me means more than I think they even know. So thank you all so much for today.
So our next affiliate award is PITMA, and I would like to bring Treasurer Julie Wyatt and our reward recipient, Haleh Sultani.
Hello, I get to introduce Haleh. Haleh was our 2023 PITMA president. Haleh really took the position by storm. Haleh comes to us with a professionalism, a dedication, tenacity, and a we got this approach. She really approached some of our shorter deadlines with it takes a village, but we can do it. She strived for excellence, and we achieved it this year through her leadership. So without further ado, Haleh Satani.
Hi, everybody. So I'm going to be brief. On a foggy day, January 2000. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to say I'm so honored and humbled just to be up here, just to be a part of PITMA, part of this organization. Best state in the country, best county in the state, Alameda County. Woo, woo, woo. Best chief, Marcus, thank you so much for, woo. For letting me ask a lot of questions, always share my crazy ideas, and just listening and supporting me for being me and allowing to be my authentic self. I was lucky and blessed to come up with a lot of amazing folks throughout my career. I'm just looking in this room right now. John, Issa, Mr. Richard is in here. There's others too that aren't in here, but are really a part of, I would say, my fabric. I come from a long line of public servants. I want to thank my family. Here with me I have my aunt, I have my dad, and I have my mom, my number one fan, my mom, president and only member of my fan club. And the rest of my family who couldn't be here but also support me, encourage me, and really allowed me to take something like this on because there were short time frames, but I'm from Alameda County. When I found out the conference wasn't the next day, I said, we got this, right? We're used to that. We make it happen with what we have, and we do it well. So with that, I want to say thank you so much. Again, I'm really honored, and I appreciate you all. We'll continue to do the great work.
So next we have our affiliate, Capia, and I would like to invite our president, Kylie Wilson, and our award recipient, Marguerite Harris.
Good afternoon. I am here today to recognize Marguerite Harris with San Luis Obispo. And while she does amazing work there, that's not what I'm going to focus on. I really want to focus on what she does for probation institutions throughout the state. To start, she's on the Executive Steering Committee for Titles 15 and 24 revisions, and most people in the room are familiar with them, and I tried to find an adjective to accurately describe that process, and I couldn't come up with anything, so I'm going to leave that as a fill in the blank, and side note, thank you, Chief Haynes, for being amazing in that realm. Additionally, she's a member of Capia on the executive board, formerly the Central Region Chair. She's now moving into the legislative position. But her energy is amazing. It's absolutely unmatched. I'm actually surprised she's still letting me speak with the microphone because she's been known to just rip it right out of my hand and just go for it. So this is a new record. But she's passionate about the details without losing sight of the big picture. And what's so important about that is it really personalizes it and makes it special for other people. Marguerite's ideas come in like rapid succession. So when she throws 20 ideas at me, and if I can make 2 work, I feel really, really good about that. But again, that energy, that passion, the creativity, she's just so valuable to our annual conference planning. In every meeting, she has just a tremendous amount of insight and discussion points. So I am proud to present her with this award on behalf of Capia and CPOC. So thank you, Marguerite.
Thank you, Kylie, because she does an amazing job as our president. I got to admit, when I first opened the email, first I had to check it for phishing, and then second thing, I opened it and I thought, I was kind of like Sally Fields at the Academy Awards. I'm like, oh my God, they really like me. And then I thought, didn't you not learn anything from the Barbie movie? You know, like you worked hard. So that's why I pinked today. I am very, very fortunate to do what I love. I am very passionate about what I do. I think Robert and Tom can say sometimes my passions can be a little overwhelming and maybe a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate to work with people who have the same desires as me, and the commitment from officers to supervisors to those that lead me, and to all our facility partners. I occasionally geek out on podcasts, and I'm known to send them to the chief and the assistant chief, most of which are Brene Brown. But as my daughter tells me, any woman over 35, that's who you like, is Brene Brown. But this one isn't, but I want to end it with it, is that the most meaningful form of success is helping others succeed. And my leaders have given me the opportunity and the autonomy to bring my passions into action. And so therefore, Robert and Tom, this is your reward today because you helped me be successful.
Our next award is the Tim Fitzharris Award. This is for a non-probation employee making a very significant contribution to the field of probation. Unfortunately, our award winner was not able to attend, but we do have a video of her acceptance speech, which we will be playing now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here and making special accommodations and arrangements for me since I am unable to attend the CPOC luncheon in December. I am humbled and honored to receive the Tim Fitzharris Award today. I have been privileged, both personally and professionally, by the work that is done at the El Dorado County Probation Department. Kelly Plunkett, thank you for your constant support from the beginning of my journey as my probation officer to now, 7 years later, as one of my best friends. Thank you for always believing in me and being the woman role model that I never had but so desperately needed. Chief Richard, thank you for your work, the work that you do every day to provide the opportunity for change in the field of corrections and for making such an impact on my life. The mission, vision, and value of the department aligns greatly with who I am, what I do, and why I do it, my why. Change is possible. I know this to be true because I have lived it and witnessed it, and I am passionate about igniting this truth in the population that we serve. Through collaboration, compassion, connection, trust, and accountability, magical things can happen. I have always enjoyed helping others. Ever since I was a little girl, I always had a helping heart. Despite their background, circumstances, or why they have come to me as a client, everyone deserves a chance to improve their overall quality of life. Most just need someone to listen, to connect and build a relationship with, someone who shows interest in who they are and takes the time to truly get to know who they are. Someone to reduce their barriers, advocate, guide, and believe in them. With my lived experience, I have an advantage to connect and build rapport with the justice-involved population, to provide insight and guidance of what has worked for me. That is an honor that I don't take lightly. In my current role as a social worker, serving our county's unhoused population, I have the privilege of working closely with the probation department to collaborate in assisting the justice-involved population with emergency shelter and resources. Prior to becoming a social worker, I was a program assistant for the Community Correction Center here at the Probation Department of El Dorado County. I had the honor of working in the very program that changed my life while helping others believe in the possibilities of change. My roots will forever be embedded within the walls of the El Dorado County Probation Department. I feel blessed to serve in the field of corrections and look forward to making a continued impact on the population that we serve. Thank you.
Our next award is Judicial Officer of the Year. This is for a judicial officer who has provided leadership and a huge contribution to our probation profession. So I would like to welcome from Orange County, Chief Daniel Hernandez and the Honorable Maria Hernandez.
So yes, Judge Hernandez, no relation, okay? So excited to be here to honor Judge Hernandez. We go way back, and you know, everyone in this room can appreciate the value of judicial leadership, and that is truly what Judge Hernandez embodies, not just being a leader from the bench, but a leader in such a wonderful, positive, and collaborative standpoint. We worked first together implementing detention alternatives some 10, 15 years ago when that was very controversial and very difficult road to climb, and she was there with us. And when probation gets to say something, when I get to brag about something that's going on in Orange County, I always say it's not probation, it's all of us. It's our bench, it's our collaborative partners, and we do it all together. The one thing that has happened recently, just to give an example, it's in the program, but I wanted to pick one thing that happened recently that Judge Hernandez has been so integral in implementing. She's our presiding judge, by the way, for the whole county. And having started in juvenile with me when I was over on the juvenile side, and now she's over on the adult side, what she did is she took all those lessons of youth development, brain development, adolescent development, and took those over onto the adult criminal court side and created a collaborative court environment for young adults, 18 to 25. And not only that, she has worked with our sheriff and with the University of California, Irvine, to develop the mod at the jail where young folks, young adults, are housed in a completely evidence-based environment, even when they're in the jail. So again, just a slight example of the many things that Judge Hernandez has done over the years, and the honor that I have to work with her in such a great environment in Orange County. So congratulations.
If we were related, he'd be my much, much younger brother. I'm just so privileged, and first of all, thank you to CPOC for this honor, and such a congratulations to all the amazing folks that are being recognized here today. And I think the theme of what I hear and what we all know in this room is it's collaboration. How much more effective we are collectively than individually for the outcomes of the people we serve. I will shy away from this, but yes, I've been in the business as a public servant, as a lawyer first before the courts for about 34 years. So I've watched a lot of change. And what I will say proudly, and again, thanks to Chief Hernandez, who I think it was like 15 years ago when we first started attending some detention alternative conferences, and the first thing I said was, okay, wow, I'm coming out as a litigator, as a lawyer, and I'm seeing a probation department that understands evidence-based practices and knows why the efficacy and what we do, and when we apply that, the outcomes that we can have for the individuals we're serving. And so what I want to say here today is thank you to all of you for being so committed to the population, because there's challenges, there's barriers. We're all so very lucky and blessed to be a part of the greater system. We have our lanes, but we travel those lanes together, and how important that is that we work together. I'm so fortunate to work alongside Chief Hernandez, and Orange County rocks it better than all the other counties. But I just wanted to send my gratitude to all of you, and I don't do any of this without the team in Orange County. I'm so inspired, and like many have said, I have a support network that allows me to do it. My husband of over 35 years is here. We were married at 5 as well. I just couldn't do any of this without him, without my family, and I consider my court family, my county family, my state family, because as a state, we do it better than anybody else in the country as well. So thank you very much.
Our next award is the Trainer of the Year, whose contributions are instrumental in the delivery of successful training to our probation industry. I would like to welcome from San Luis Obispo County, our Training Committee Chair, Chief Robert Reyes, and unfortunately, our award recipient could not make it today, so we will be joined by Jennifer Washington, who will accept it on her behalf.
Right, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the CPOC training staff and myself, I want to really first express our thanks and gratitude to all our CPOC facilitators and instructors. Thank you to the chiefs that allow your staff to be a part of that. The work that they all do really do help advance our profession, and so I want to definitely give them a shout out. The Trainer of the Year Award really recognizes one of those instructors and facilitators that have really gone above and beyond what's expected of our training staff or our training instructors. So this year I'm privileged to announce that the winner is Augustina Sims from Solano County. Augustina delivers a lot of our and facilitates a lot of our Supervisor Leadership Academy sessions over the years. She also is a peer trainer, so she does mentor many of our our instructors around train the trainer courses. She's currently a supervisor with the Solano County Juvenile Court Unit, and she does training there as well, both cognitive intervention training and real colors for her department. And she's very passionate and demonstrates a lot of leadership when it comes to wanting to support and advance the profession. So congratulations. And on her part, unfortunately, she couldn't be here, and so we have Jennifer Washington to accept the reward for her. Jennifer.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Washington. I'm a probation services manager from the best county, Solano County. And I'm here on behalf of my supervisor, Augustina Sims. As it was mentioned, unfortunately, she was not able to be here today, but I'm very proud and excited to be able to accept this on her behalf. And additionally, we would like to thank CPOC for just giving the opportunity to develop our employees and staff as trainers. When I first started in the business like 25 years ago, there was no like train-the-trainer courses out the gate to help you build and enhance your skills to be more efficient in your actual assignments. Of course, we all went to different corps, whether it's probation officer corps, juvenile corrections corps, but to give you that extra bit of encouragement and support to do your job well, we really appreciate what's being done right now at CPOC. Not only do we get to send our staff to help become fluent trainers, they're training individuals from other counties, and then they get to come back to our county and be stronger trainers. So that's a great thing that I hope that will continue. With Augustina, she's been with our county for 18 years, and she really enjoys training. And I asked, what's your favorite part? What did you enjoy the most? She said, I really like being able to open training. I get to set the pace and I get to set the tone and kick off basically the Supervisor Leadership Academy. She said we have a lot of fun in the training. We're sharing the principles of evidence-based practices, which everyone's doing that across the state, and so we're reinforcing that through the Supervisor Leadership Academy. And her favorite section is being able to teach a workshop which is engaging the others. It's a train-the-trainer workshop. So not only is she able to be a trainer, she's there training our new supervisors to be better trainers within our agencies. So that's a positive thing as well. So once again, we just would like to thank CPOC for taking the time to acknowledge our supervisor, our trainer of the year, Augustina Diaz, from the best county in Solano. Augustina Sims, sorry.
Next, we have our CPOC Award of Excellence. This is a single award to a probation employee making significant contributions that have had statewide or far-reaching impacts on probation. I'd like to welcome from Orange County Chief Daniel Hernandez and German Zarati.
All right. Well, I have to tell a little bit of a story here. And first of all, I want to welcome and acknowledge German's family who are here. You're going to understand the impact that their presence has on today. German's parents, his in-laws, his children, his brother. are all here today to share in this very special day. And German's here today because we basically, at Orange County Probation, on the grounds of our juvenile hall, basically built a building around him. And if you've heard, we had some newspaper articles and whatnot about this beautiful SB 81 building that we built. But one of the crown jewels of that building is an auto shop, a fully outfitted auto shop. And that concept was born with German. But what he will tell you is that his skill in auto repair and being growing up in a mechanic shop himself, it was his dad's shop, and so it's actually his dad who is here today, who is really the reason why German is here before us. He learned auto repair growing up, and he shares that his dad had a funny way of explaining how he fixed cars, and so when someone would come in with a problem with their car, he would say he would throw German in the carburetor and he would crawl out the exhaust pipe and then tell him what the problem was. And so he basically learned, auto repair from the inside out, literally. And then when he came to work for us, that passion and talent was well known. And so when the ability arose to create this auto shop program, we knew that we had a partner in German. He helped us design the building. He outfitted it, picked all the equipment, and now has been certified and trained on all of the equipment. He's been running the program for the last year since the building's been open. And I want to thank and again acknowledge his family for being here. I want to thank you for sharing him with us. He is not only, I know, the father to his own children, he is the father to another 200 kids that we have in custody. And he truly is a wonderful role model in how he works with our kids in custody. He shares his wisdom and his knowledge and talent as a father figure for a lot of our kids who don't have one. And so thank you to his family who are all here, and to a wonderful, wonderful role model and correctional officer, German Zarate.
My name is German Zarate. Been with the department for 22 years. Choosing law enforcement was a decision I made in my graduation ceremony. I did not know where to go. Everybody around having records from the neighborhood I was raised in, then everything against you. And me having a very clean record, having a great father, strict, no liberties, while others had liberties. And that's what I tell these young gentlemen. It's like, you had the liberties early, and now you're deprived of your liberties. Once we get past this, let's get those liberties back and make sure we don't ever lose them again. I didn't have liberties growing up, and I have the liberty to do whatever we want to do in this shop. So they have to be explained. They have to be told how there's a different way of life. And they say we're not supposed to share our personal life sometimes with them. It's not officer safety. But when you know somebody for 7, 8 years, they piece things together and they figure it out. So I live 35 miles away from where I work, so I'm not concerned. So I share things with them, and their faces of, that's what you do? That's what you do for your son? And, oh, your son did this for you? And I now understand how sometimes they can't miss what they've never had. So by me sharing with them, they start thinking, they start being quiet, they start looking into the space, and then I'll ask them, hey, what are you thinking? And they'll tell me, like, I never had that. Oh. I go, well, you know what? Whenever you have your son, you can do that. And I go, it was hard coming up without a father. Make sure you're that father that's always there when you have your kids. So I make them think about things. And it's a group setting, but sometimes they'll call them for court, medical, some appointment they might have, and I'm left with a small group, maybe sometimes just one. And it becomes a session. they start quietly bringing up things that I would never ever think. And then I guess the session begins and we look at each other and whatever we talk about that stays between us. So it's that confidence. Now, I was 15 years into the department when I got my first opportunity for that. Now I'm 22 years in, so I'm glad that it came at the time it came. 22 years ago, I'm pretty sure that the ones that have been here that long know what this was 22 years ago. And now where we're going, at my age, I am embracing it. I am loving it. Work is not work for me anymore. It's a great opportunity. You now know who's behind my support, my department. There is nothing I can ask for that is not given to me. Tools, literally, I got tools. Full support, tools, and the day is too short for me to do what I want to do. Sometimes the hardest part is making sure I leave on time. And if I stay over, I have to make a phone call to the wife and then to the officer on duty. It's like, it was 30 minutes over, sorry. But it's a great place where we're going. I'm not thinking about retirement. I am not thinking about that. I'd never say that. But I do not want to qualify for retirement. I'm not even thinking about that. I enjoy what I do. From the age of 9 to the age of 22 when I went to the department, it was bring me something in, and this is what I'm giving you back. I guess I went to the same thing. This is what you brought to me, and this is what I'm giving you back. Our facility with the renovation and the money and the investment that the people have made to our county, parents come in there and they think it's a campus. They think it's a campus. Like, where did I send my son to? Yeah, this is what we have. This is what we offer. And I have the flexibility of, I know I have you for 2 years, I know I have you for 2 months, and I know I have you for 7. So I could pace my program to the accelerated, the one that's leaving, the one that's staying for a couple. And I'm really, really excited to see the one that's going to be there for 7. I want him to be better than me. I want him to be faster, more knowledgeable. It's nothing more rewarding than something outdoing you. And it's just, thank you, CPOC, my department, my support. I couldn't do it without them. And when I go back, and every day, at the end of the day, I tell them, I couldn't do what I do without you. And they take that very positive, that gratitude. He's like, you're thanking us? Like, yes. It's like, what would you do if we stopped committing crime altogether at once? I go, I'd go work on cars. I go, by all means, I invite you. Y'all want to stop doing what you're doing? Stop doing it, and I'll go work on cars. It's what I love anyways. I'm doing it now, and I'll do it tomorrow. So it's very rewarding. It's awesome. It's great. They say that I'm giving them an opportunity. They're giving me an opportunity. I don't want to take what I know to the grave. I want to share it to as many as I can. And that's all. That's the business we do in Orange County Probation. Thank you.
Next, we have our Regional Employees of the Year. These are for an employee of any rank selected by the CPOC region for their service, significant contributions, or career achievements. Our first award is from the Bay region, and I would like to invite Division Chief Shauna Albright and the recipient, Kelvin Brooks from Solano County.
Good afternoon. Luckily, well, not luckily, unfortunately, I should say that, Chief Dean Farrow was not able to come, so I get the pleasure to, the honor to give you this award. Over the last year, I got to work at the juvenile detention facility with Kelvin, and it's amazing the work he's done. As we all know, it's been challenging trying to bring innovative programming in, and he has worked so hard. The last 3 years, he's been over programming, and he has brought in so many wonderful community speakers in his Hour for Power, which I just love the name of that because it's really a great way for the youth to get to see different people that have lived experience, who have been where they were but have made a huge difference, and it's a wonderful thing. The other great stuff he's brought in is yoga, gang intervention. There's so many really cool things he has brought to our juvenile detention facility because we all know, we never know what the one thing is that's going to really get that youth to think differently. Another thing I would definitely want to mention is he's made sure our kids have had college. Like, these are kids that maybe have never even thought about going to college, but we are getting them their diplomas and moving them on. One day I remember asking him or thanking him for the great work he's doing, and he mentioned teamwork. Like he didn't take the credit. He goes, I have a great team, and I really appreciate that about him, because he does. He utilizes his team, and he is so innovative and has really made a difference. So I am very grateful that we are lucky that Solano County does have such great employees. So I'd like to congratulate you and have you come on up.
Hello. Where do I start? First and foremost, thank you to Solano County for letting me contribute to the vision of the county, to probation. I want to share something that's kind of close to my heart with all of you. And it goes, I'm just going to recite it to you. Together we stand, divided we fall, one for all and all for one. Always up and never down, always forward and never backwards. If a task has once begun, never leave it until it's done. Be it labor, great or small, do it well or not at all. This we pledge, for we are Continentals, with brotherhood, scholarship, and uplift, and perseverance as our guide. As a kid, I had to recite this daily at our local Boys and Girls Club in Vallejo, California, not knowing how it will impact my life growing up. I bring these same values to my job. I might get a little bit emotional up here, forgive me, but the community, I understand the importance of community. I understand the importance of resources and providing skills to our young people. That's what I bring to Solano County. That's what I give to our young people on a daily basis. This award, in honor of my mentors, I'm accepting this award. Mr. Fillmore Graham, founder of the Omega Boys and Girls Club in Vallejo. Kelvin Dwayne Brooks Sr., my father, community activist, San Francisco, California. My brother / mentor, Dwayne A. Jones. The wonderful staff that we have at Solano County Juvenile Hall. My family, who always have my back at all times. I have, excuse me once again, for the last, or actually 27 years, I've been able to watch a woman go every day, go to work, working for the San Francisco Sheriff's Department. She worked in programming, providing programs. And that's the person who I really dedicate all this to. So with that being said, Yvonne Ballard, thank you. I really love you. Thank you for everything. All right. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Our next region is the Sacramento region, and I would like to invite Chief Marshall Hopper and the recipient, James Corey from Placer County.
Well, I know one thing for a fact, James is very excited about being here. So we'll start off that. But let me tell you a little bit about James. James came to our department after working at our sheriff's department as a correctional officer for some time. He became a probation officer, and we saw his commitment and his dedication to change. He found himself eventually in a adult caseload, and then we quickly put him on a specialized task force with the Roseville Police Department, and he was very good at that task force. But I recall one day when I received a transfer request from James, and that request had something similar like this in writing. His request indicated that he was thankful for his position, but he wanted to transfer to some position where he could help people more and make a bigger change. As a result, we transferred him back to the main department. He found himself eventually, a short time later, assigned to our homeless outreach team. And in my opinion, is one of the hardest caseloads that we have, just given the dynamics of that population and all of the struggles. But James found a way to connect with these people. And it's a way that he connects that I think is basically truly amazing. He talks their talk. He meets them where they are. In fact, over the last year, James spent so much time in homeless camps that the back of his Molly vest has faded from the sun. He's there in the rain. He was there in the snow. And one thing that I think is important about James's commitment is he believes in trust and relationships, and the relationships are built by the trust. So when he tells a person on his caseload or a homeless person, for example, how'd you do working on getting your license or your ID or whatever it is, and they say, well, I'm still working on it, James will say, I'll be back next Tuesday at 2 p.m. I want to see some progress. And no matter what happens, next Tuesday at 2 p.m., James shows up. And he continuously follows up. And that's true dedication and true commitment. Now, I have to tell one story that I think sort of sums up James's commitment to his assignment and this population. One day, there was a disturbance at the local homeless camp. And James responded, and he met this young lady. I think she may have been in her early 20s. She had a hospital band on her wrist, and she was limping. James interacted with her and talked with her a little bit, and she truly needed some medical attention. James ended up taking her to Target to help get the prescription filled so she could get better. During that conversation while she went into Target, what she didn't know was James looked up and found her parents that lived about 10, 15 miles away in Loomis. James orchestrated a family reunion with their daughter that they hadn't seen in almost 2 years. When she got back to the car with her medication, James told her, hey, you might get mad at me, but I called your parents and they want you home. James drove her down to Loomis, and in the email that I have from him, described that event as truly emotional and truly amazing. And it was a learning experience for James as well as the family. They reunited. But James wasn't done because her tent was still up at the camp and her dog. He drove back up to the camp, secured her property, and took her dog back to her. Now, this young lady was known at this camp for being the gardener. She liked to have plants when she was there for almost 2 years. And so James eventually went and bought her a plant so she could continue gardening, even though she was now back at home with her parents. And just recently, at the end of October, this young lady, over a year now, is still clean, she's sober, and she just got her business license, and she's on her way to a better life. And James keeps in touch with her on a regular basis. But that really truly demonstrates just one story that he has with the clients that he serves, and it's truly amazing, and I'm proud to have him with me in my department. I will make one other point that I forgot briefly. James has one message to everybody he sees, and it's a simple one. It's make yourself proud today. Whatever that is for you, make yourself proud, and that's James's message. James?
Okay. Let's see. First off, I'm not eloquent and I have a face for radio. So bear with me. This might be interesting. First off, I really appreciate the recognition. I'm humbled by it. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for working for a premier agency or premier department like Placer County Probation. The training and their support, because I'm pretty stubborn and tenacious, and I'm constantly on the go. You either keep up, or we're going to figure it out, and then we'll accomplish the mission. And the mission is helping an extremely difficult population that everybody says, why are you trying? Because I'm going to prove you wrong. And I'm going to take somebody from dire straits and suffering and have them grow and develop and become a productive member of society. That's all I want. And now in true form, I'm going to deflect because I don't like attention. So the biggest thing is I have a problem. There's only one name on this award. I have a team, and that team in Placer County, the way we conduct our business in helping this very difficult population is with a great premier agency of Placer County Probation, the Placer County Sheriff's Office, Lincoln PD, Auburn PD, Rockland PD. We also have Placer County Health and Human Service, and there'll be others I'll forget, so bear with me. We also have nonprofits like TGI, the Gathering Inn, that provides housing. We also have Project Heart, who is a former Nevada County PO that's starting a program in Placer County that does amazing work. I love Fred Viola, if you don't know. We also have Granite Wellness as an amazing provider. So the message is, and I'm going to plagiarize this line right now, is together we're stronger. And that's the only way we can navigate this difficult task. Because I think, in my opinion, which has nothing to do with Placer County probation, is this issue of homelessness is well in our wheelhouse. Our core competency is we should be the leaders in this industry because it's completely within our wheelhouse, our core competencies, and to have the most success. Because, I'll be honest, one of the lines that bugs me, oh, I've been case planning for 15 years. We've been doing it since 1907. Huh? Yeah, Placer County Probation been here since 1907. We've been case planning longer than anybody in our county. So, sorry, but I appreciate all your guys' time and for tolerating me.
Our next region is the Southern Region. And I would like to invite Chief Dan Prince and our recipient, Maribel Carbajal from Imperial County.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are thrilled at Imperial County to be part of this recognition for Officer Maribel Carbajal. We're very proud of her, and to share a few brief remarks about her service to Imperial County and the state, her supervisor, Jennifer Gomez.
Good afternoon. So I've had the opportunity to work with Officer Carbajal for the majority of her career. Most recently, it was with the Secure Track, implementation of Secure Track, and now our ongoing continued efforts. And although the nomination in the book mentions many of Officer Carvajal's important accomplishments, there are so many more I could stand up here and mention, but I wanted to take the time to discuss the intangible things that have allowed our program to thrive thanks to Officer Carbajal. If you speak to any of the youth she serves, they would undoubtedly mention her unwavering efforts to provide them with opportunities for their development, her advocacy for all things related to their betterment, and how much she enjoys celebrating their accomplishments. Not only is Officer Carbajal held in high regards by the youth she serves, she's also held in high regards by her coworkers and our community partners. Officer Carbajal has the ability to connect with people and perform and create lasting relationships. And people don't just love Officer Carbajal because of her ability to get the job done. Her initiative, her integrity, her collaboration, and her passion are all attributes that we value within our line of work. With that being said, I'd like to thank the Chief Probation Officers for their selection of Officer Carbajal. Although she's always been dedicated to her professionalism, this year has truly encompassed many of Officer Carvajal's accomplishments, and it's highlighted her abilities. We're so proud to be able to celebrate this with Officer Carbajal on this stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. I feel honored and humbled to be here today. I would like to thank the Chief Probation Officers of California for selecting me as the recipient of such a prestigious award, Officer of the Year for the Southern Region. This award would not have been possible without the instruction and leadership from my administration. If I may please ask them to stand. My immediate administration, consisting of my immediate supervisor, Jennifer Benavides, Division Manager, Kevin Arellano, Assistant Chief, Elizabeth Saiz, and lastly, Chief Dan Prince, who have been instrumental in the inception and development of our own Secure Track program in Imperial County. Not to mention the support and dedication to ensure the program is successful. I am a firm believer of working together as a team, and this award is most definitely a reflection of the teamwork and collaboration amongst ourselves, our department, my peers, and other community partners. I'm passionate about helping others, especially those that are vulnerable and do not have a voice of their own. I've always said working with juveniles may be challenging at times, and it really does take a village to raise a child. But once you realize you are making a positive influence in the youth's lives, all the challenges are always, always rewarding. And I am so, so sorry, but Imperial County is just the best county. And once again, thank you for this award.
Next, we have our North Region, and I would like to invite Chief Chuck Henson and Scott Quaid from the Sierra County Probation Department.
I'm gonna put him on the spot. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, you know, sitting there in the back looking out over the crowd, it just really makes me proud to see so many guests, especially family members here. You guys are the greater probation family. We might be all from different counties, different types of communities, but we're family. We're one and the same with the same mission. So thank you all for being here. Special shout out to Scott's wife, Kristen, there in the back, and my wife, Liz. Thank you for being here and supporting us. If you haven't taken a look at the bulletin, I would encourage you to look at the submission that we put in for Scott. That's really a nutshell of what this man does. I hate to reduce it down to even more, but I'm going to be brief here today. Scott's not only a fantastic PO, I can always count on him. He is one of the cornerstones in our very small department. But what I really want to celebrate here today is what Scott does off the job. Scott, being a veteran himself, has really dug in after seeing the need in our small rural communities of Plumas and Sierra counties. Scott started off as a probation officer in Plumas County and quickly co-founded a veterans organization in Plumas County that established their first ever annual stand-downs. I don't know if everyone is familiar with that. Stand-downs in the veterans community is where all veterans are welcome to come. He's coordinated healthcare services, vision, dental, hearing services, and expanded into mental health, and also general care for these people. He off the scenes helps a lot with transportation, with food, or organizes events for the veterans, and even Christmas baskets for veterans that are in need. I stole Scott. I brought him over to Sierra County in 2021, where he's been a rock star there, and he quickly dove in with Sierra County, expanding his veterans program to Sierra County. Sierra County never had any sort of veteran services, although having a high per capita number of veterans like Plumas County. He established the stand-downs in Sierra County, and it's been well received in the community and really just taken off. On the job, Scott, he is our go-to guy for the Sierra County justice system. Anytime a veteran comes in, he is quick to connect with that person, help with their initial forms. A lot of veterans have difficulty speaking to law enforcement or to other justice partners when they're in time of need. And Scott quickly breaks down those barriers and really connects those veterans to services. So I know there's a lot of people here in the room. I think it's just in our nature. We give so much of our time off the job to our communities, but I think Scott absolutely is a poster child for that. So for those reasons, he was nominated, and I'm very gracious to CPOC for voting Scott in as the Northern Region Employee of the Year. So thank you very much.
Thank you for Chief Henson for hiring me and nominating me for this and being supportive of what I do on the job and off the job. I want to thank CPOC for the award. I want to thank my wife and kids. Without their support, I couldn't have done this. Sorry, very few. I want to also thank, he's not here today, but Chief Allred from Plymouth County for dealing with my stuff for 6 years and supporting me with this, and Clint Armitage for actually hiring me, taking a chance on me, so I appreciate that. Working with vets as a vet is what got me into probation. I've seen friends I've trained in Marine Corps, I was in both Marine Corps and the Army, coming back with no record and with their issues, getting in trouble with the law. That's how I figure I can help. And since being a PO, I've handled the domestic violence, sex offense, caseloads. Being part of a growing probation department now, we have 4 sworn, including the chief. So we do everything, which is I love a lot. I love the snow. I'm the only one in the office apparently that likes snow. So really, it's been an honor being a probation officer, working with vets. I work a lot with the Elks, who in turn help with the veterans. So if anyone has issues or trying to find support services for veterans outside their county, you can always give me a call at Sierra County. Thank you.
Next, we have our Central Region, and I would like to invite Chief Mark Ferreira and Vicki Martin from Stanislaus County.
Well, I see we saved the best region for last. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is always a great opportunity to shed light on the people who are carrying out the mission of California probation throughout the state. Most of the time, the spotlight is shed on our JCOs and our DPOs, and admittedly at times we forget about the support staff who truly makes the mission possible. Without people like our analysts, our IT staff, our clerical support staff, I think we would all be pretty lost. So it's my pleasure to recognize our department's budget manager, Vicki Martin, as the Central Region Employee of the Year. As you guys likely read in your program, Vicki is responsible for managing a $90 million department budget. She manages a $41.5 million CCP budget. And I know a lot of the chiefs in the room will recognize this, but for those who don't, at CPOC, we regularly have a topic of discussion that's entitled, "What is keeping you up at night as a chief?" And I think for a lot of us, and especially for me, the safety of our staff, the safety of our in-custody youth, lawsuits, staff vacancies, retention are all things that really top the list for most of us. For me, when you say a $90 million budget, I would think that maybe for a lot of folks that might keep you up at night. But not once during my nearly 4 years as chief have I ever lost an ounce of sleep over our department budget, because I always know that Vicki's got it covered. And I think this is really the ultimate compliment that you can pay someone. In addition to being our budget manager, Vicki acts almost as our landlord, which is kind of strange for a budget manager. She oversees all of our capital projects, whether we're talking about a juvenile hall generator replacement, AC replacements in our juvenile institutions, 2 separate remodels of our juvenile division and our adult division, a complete overhaul of our juvenile division and juvenile court parking lot, an upcoming overhaul of our entire juvenile court courtrooms. These are all things that Vicki either has already done or will oversee relatively soon. She is a workhorse. She is the backbone of our department, and it is an absolute pleasure to recognize Vicki as the Central Region Employee of the Year.
Well, I went into finance to avoid the spotlight, there's so many talented people that work in finance and probation. Angie and Nikki are two of the people I look up to, so I very much appreciate what this award means and just being in this room. I'm very lucky to work with a great staff of division directors and my chief and assistant chief. I have an awesome staff which has just doubled from 2 to 4. So hopefully we can accomplish much more in the years to come. Mark didn't get to pick me, he inherited me, so I appreciate that he values my contributions. And I try to remind my staff that even though we're in the background, our job is to make sure that all of our officers have what they need to be safe and get their job done to help the community. So thank you very much. I appreciate this. Thank you.
So next we have our CPOC Employee of the Year, which is chosen from the 5 regional recipients, and they also receive a $250 check. And I am very proud to present the CPOC Employee of the Year Award to Scott Quaid from Sierra County. Next, I would like to invite Karen Pink, our Executive Director for CPOC.
So I was informed by Whitney that the chiefs feel I don't talk enough. And so it was really important for me to also insert myself into this conversation. I said, oh no, Whitney, I really think people are probably tired of hearing me speak. And she said, oh no, people love to hear you speak. I said the woman who bought a sweatshirt with my face on it. So I don't know, I can't see which way is up, but I do really appreciate everybody coming, and so this is a little bit on the fly because of course I do like to put things in motion, and one of the things that we wanted to do and change up a bit as a part of this wonderful ceremony, we always talk about how inspirational it is, just it really kind of fills our cup back up, you know, after always a lot to be done over the year. And one thing we never do, they always say, right, as a parent, you're supposed to put the air mask on before, you know, you help somebody else. You know, we're always giving. The chiefs are always giving, I think, to folks, and they never stop to say, we need to celebrate the leadership of the chiefs. And so we, on December, have a bittersweet moment. See, it's not fair. This is why Whitney wanted me to come up, because it's always emotional. But it's a bittersweet moment because we change over our presidents. And so we want to recognize the work of our current president, Chief Branning, and welcome in our incoming president, Kelly Vernon. And so I am not going to wane on about how wonderful both of them are, because I wouldn't get through it. I would cry. But I will say that this transition that happens every December, that we've kind of quietly done just as almost a end of the meeting on Friday, just didn't seem to be the right place to do it. It seems like we should share it with this broader probation community, as was referenced several times by several of the speakers, because it is the leadership of the president. It takes a lot of work. I shouldn't say that before Kelly gets sworn in, but it really does, and it's the support, and it's always amazing to me that every year it's such a wonderful experience in working with the presidents as they take office. So we would like to share with all of you what has been kind of a private ceremony for us, but is wonderful, which is the passing of the gavel. So with that, I'd like to call up to the stage our president and our incoming.
Well, I would like to thank everybody for coming, and all good things come to an end, and that's my term as president. With that, I would like to thank my family, my boyfriend of 18 years, who's been my partner, my best friend, and my biggest supporter. I would also like to thank our department, who has really given up a lot for me to have this opportunity. Their dedication and hard work never goes unnoticed and truly appreciated. I would also like to thank someone who's at the top of my list for great leaders, and that's Karen Pank. She runs a very tight ship with CPOC, and I can tell you one thing, that is one organization that will anticipate a need, find a solution before you ever know you needed it. And they are just such amazing people, and their dedication to the statewide organization and to Karen is truly amazing and appreciated every day for all of the staff at CPOC. And with that, I would like to welcome our new 2024 President, Chief Kelly Vernon.
It is truly an honor to have been chosen by my peers for this position. It means a lot to me. But most importantly, I've had the opportunity to sit this last year to Jen's side and learn from her. She has led us with grace and decorum, and if I can be half the president that she was, you guys are still okay. So that is my hope. It's an honor, and please join me in thanking Jen Branning for an amazing 2023.
Thank you very much. I want to thank all of the other chiefs. I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve as president. It has been an honor. I have learned a lot, and when I think of our table and my peers, I think that I have such a stately group of people that I learn so much from every day, and I want to again tell you how much I appreciate this opportunity, and thank you.
So thank you again to everyone who traveled such distances to break bread and celebrate each other. It's like I said, one of the greatest events that we participate in every year. So we were glad that we had an opportunity to share it with you. And I really want to thank the CPOC staff for putting on every year. It seems like an even more glammed up event, which is wonderful. And you know, Whitney does a lot of work behind the scenes, as many of you know, and Laura, she won't let you escape without giving her an interview, because we want to capture all of those wonderful, wonderful stories, and Lydia, who like these great pictures and slideshows and a lot of the marketing that you're seeing out and about for all of you. Really big thank you to all of that work. So with that, I'm sure we've kept you long enough. Hopefully your tummies are full and so is your spirits. But thank you again for joining us. So with that, thank you.